Hey, good morning, everybody. Appreciate you getting out on a different kind of day. Do you realize that here in Burkesville and Cumberland County, over 2 weeks' time, we had a 67-degree difference in temperatures in January, okay? And I know some of you were appreciating the day we got to 67, but 1 week earlier than that, it was 3 below zero, the actual weather, the temperature was, and then it's 67 degrees a week from that. So we've seen some incredible things with the weather in the last couple of days. And I'm kind of glad it's kind of holding off on the rain and the snow and everything else is here. But hey, folks, it is January, right? It is January, so we should expect this kind of weather. So I was in one of the stores here in town last week and heard someone say, "I can't believe the weather's like this." And I wanted to say, it is January, the part of it. Hey, I woke up with I had a thought this morning, and I don't know exactly why, but I started thinking back to people who'd been my neighbors when I was a kid. The gentleman that lived right next to me, who had a big dog, who I used to play with all the time. The older couple that lived behind our house a couple doors back, that were always so good to me and my brother. The couple that lived behind them, that basically had some kids we played with all the time. But I started thinking about where they are now. Those people are all dead and gone. But I started thinking about, will I see them again? Will I see them again? And I started realizing that, I was only a kid when most of these people passed away, but I remember the couple that was always so good to me and my brother. I remember the guy right next to us who never got mad when we hit tennis balls and playing baseball in the yard and we hit his house or broke a window a couple times. And he was always still nice and kind to us in spite of all those things. But now as an adult, I look back and realize, wow, those were neighbors who probably didn't realize that there was an eternity on the other side of life. And I really kind of hope I get to see them there. I'm hoping that I see and meet again Clarence and Neely Wonders, who lived right behind our house. I pray that I get to see Russell Nall there, the guy that lived right next to us. And I'm not just thinking about that in light of the message today. I'm going to finish the series on rapture, return, and judgment today from Revelation 22, and I'll start preaching from the book of Esther next week. But I really started thinking about the fact that we are surrounded by people who sometimes we don't really know or talk to a lot, and yet there are people who will one day have to face an eternity, whether they are ready or not. I mean, think about that. Think about the fact that right now, you've met people, you've